This is now the bone of my bone, and for this reason will a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave unto his wife.
James was a wealthy man, known for his success in business, always going to work every day, while his wife Joy watched him going except on church days. A devoted Christian, he lived a life dedicated to righteousness, ensuring that nothing comes between him and his faith. He was a man of prayer, always focused on living a life that pleased God. He usually come back home late in the evening to his wife, who would have already prepared his meal and smiling while he eats. James believed that as long as he provides for his wife, Joy, both financially and spiritually, their marriage would be perfect.
Joy, a devout child of God, believed that being a Christian is not being in bondage. She was proud of her husband. She admired his devotion to God and appreciated the financial security he provided.
She lacked nothing materially. James made sure she had the finest clothes, a beautiful home, and anything her heart desired. But despite all this, Joy often found herself feeling lonely, and James was seldom around, always busy with work or church activities. While she respected his deep faith, she began to feel like his attention and love were given more to God than to her. Every evening she eagerly waited for his return. Joy longed for intimacy, emotional connection, and romance in their relationship. She would often express her feelings, telling James how she felt about his lack of time for her. "You're too religious," she would say. "You love God, and that's wonderful, but you're not present for me. I need you to be more than just a provider." James, however, was defiant. In his mind, he was doing everything right, living a righteous life, leading their home spiritually, and providing for Joy. He saw no need for change. What more could she want? He thought to himself, "I'm doing everything to ensure our life is good." As time passed, Joy's frustration grew. She loved and respected James, but the loneliness became too much. She tried to talk to him again, but James remained unmoved, believing that his commitment to God and providing for her was enough. Finally, exhausted and feeling emotionally starved, Joy made a decision that shocked James. She asked for a divorce. James was stunned and speechless as Joy expresses her feelings once more. He couldn't understand why Joy would want to leave him. He thought he had been the perfect husband, doing all the right things, but now he realized that he had missed something important. He had been so focused on his walk with God that he hadn't seen the cracks forming in his marriage. Desperate to save their relationship, James invited one of Joy's sisters to come talk to her, but Joy wasn't cooperative, so he invited another of his best friends to come advise Joy, but also to no avail. Finally, he suggested that they seek counsel from their pastor, who listened carefully to both sides. The pastor explained to James that while his dedication to God was admirable, marriage was also a gift from God. He reminded James that love for his wife was not just about providing for her physical needs, but also about nurturing her emotionally and being present for her. "You must love her as Christ loved the church," the pastor said, "and Christ gave himself for the church, not just with words, but with action." The pastor also spoke with Joy, encouraging her to express her feelings in love, but also to recognize that spiritual growth could be something they shared together, rather than seeing it as something that separated them. The conversation was eye-opening for James. He realized that in his desire to live righteously, he had overlooked one of the most important aspects of his marriage. That is his connection with Joy. He had provided everything for her, except what she needed most: his time, affection, and love. Determined to make things right, James made a change. He became more intentional about spending time with Joy, not just as her husband, but as her partner in faith. He started taking her out on dates, surprising her with small acts of affection, and most importantly, praying with her, rather than just for her. In time, their marriage became stronger than ever. They no longer saw their faith as something that divided them, but as a bond that united them. James had become the loving, caring husband Joy had longed for, and together, they found joy in both their love and their shared faith. And so, James and Joy lived happily, not just in wealth or righteousness, but in love, walking hand in hand through life as God intended.
So James' marriage is honorable in all. It's not just living together. It is a good thing ordained from the beginning. It should be enjoyable, not endurable.